Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk. We are now starting to piece together more and more what happened Sunday morning and Sunday night between multiple Browns players in separate incidents that involved robberies. Now, the first one is a little bit easier to kind of break down here. Demetrius Felton, his car was stolen from a garage downtown. That happened this Sunday in the morning. Sunday night is now where we're starting to get a little bit more clarity on what exactly happened. This was late Sunday, early Monday morning. The Dodge Ram that was driven downtown by Perrin Winfrey and Greg Newsom. Now, we're unsure which one of them, whose car that specifically was. However, they were walking out of a nightclub, again, late Sunday, early Monday morning. That is when they were held at gunpoint by what they say were 6 masked people. They were pointing the guns at them. They gave demands that they were requesting their jewelry. So we're unsure which one of them. There was also another person there. Unsure if that was a Browns player or who that could be right now. Still trying to get more things confirmed. But the jewelry was requested from the players and potentially that third person. And then ultimately the Dodge Ram that they drove to the garage with was stolen as well. Myles Garrett with the Cleveland Browns said that basically for him, this was a moment to go up to Greg, go up to Perrion and appreciate them and say, look, we've got your back. However, for Coach Stefanski, who spoke just a little bit ago at Browns OTAs, this was a shocking moment for them, as these are still very much so active investigations. We don't know too much more than what we have said up until this point. However, at least confirmations from what was said by Coach Stefanski, confirmation from what was said by Myles Garrett, and confirmation from what the police have said, we're able to start to slowly piece this together. I want to bring you now to the latest from Coach Kevin Stefanski with the Cleveland Browns, his reaction to the fact that they have now had multiple players in basically a 24-hour span have their cars stolen, be robbed at gunpoint. Pretty scary scene for many of these players.
Kevin, a couple of your players have been robbed. What do you say to the team? I mean, he just gets his Greg just gets his car stolen, so it wasn't like he was like in the wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, first, as you know, it's an active investigation ongoing, so I can't comment much other than to say, I'm glad our guys are okay. I want all of our community to be safe. The Cleveland Police has been outstanding. Chief Drummond and I spoke yesterday. We want everybody to be safe, and we want to get violent people off of our streets.
Kevin, how are the players doing today? That had to be a little bit scary going through that.
Yeah, again, I don't want to comment too much other than to say, yeah, this is something that we take very seriously. Obviously, our organization, our players are aware of things that we got to make sure we're doing to keep ourselves safe, but we just will continue to educate our guys, and then, in this particular instance, I'm really happy that those guys are okay.
Kevin, is this car theft thing an opportunity for you to kind of tell the guys another cautionary tale for where they are and when they're there and how to be safe themselves?
Yeah, I think, as you can imagine, Mary Kay, everything that we see in our game there's things that you always try to teach off of. I take things from the headlines every day to teach off of. So an instance like this, again, I want to reiterate that I'm happy our guys are okay. This is a violent crime, and we got to make sure that those people aren't on our streets. But we can always use opportunities to educate.
Myles, if you wouldn't mind, first perhaps addressing the fact that 2 of your teammates, and I know good friends of yours, obviously, were victims of this car robbery. How is this impacting you and them and the team today?
Well, I'm just glad to see they're all right. Saw Perrion yesterday and saw Greg today, and just making sure they're in the right headspace. They're, feel like they're surrounded by family, and letting them know that anything that they need, we're the perfect resource for them, and we have their back, and with whatever happens, and we're just going to try to make sure that none of our guys are ever in that situation again, and how we can help, we're going to do that. But I'm just glad to see them safe and sound with us, and still walking around, still blessed to this day. No matter what happens, still able to wake up in the morning, and just glad that we still have them here.
Does it ever enter your mind, Myles, especially, you're very recognizable in this town. People know who you are. People know who Greg are. Like, what's that like? I'm not saying you're ever feeling safe out there, but that's got to be some things that kind of cross your mind when you're that well noticed,
Yeah, but, I try to be pretty incognito, and when I can't, I don't know. I don't have any pride, so I think at the end of the day, if someone wants to come up and they have bad intentions, there's nothing that's going to stop them from approaching you or me. It doesn't matter who it is. At the end of the day, try to make a peaceful a situation more peaceful than it is. Make it end better than what might happen on the other side of things. And I think there's a lot of things that there are possibilities in those situations, but just try to make sure you come out of it with you're safe and sound, your body, your health, and anything that's material, that's you can't take it with you. It can be replaced, but you can't be replaced. And make sure you try not to put yourself in those situations. But if it does happen, just try to make sure you make it as easy as possible to walk away from it.
How dismayed are you? I mean, you love this city. You're always out and about in the city, and you've invested so much time and resources here. How dismayed are you that something like this is happening here?
I'm not dismayed at all. At the end of the day, it shows that me, my team, and I think all of us here at the Browns have more to do, have more work to do in the community to make it, to show that there's more that we can do here. That we have there's still more lessons that we need to give each other, because it's not just one side or another side. Things like this happen because of so many different actions that led up to that, and for them to feel like they have to do that for whatever needs, whether it's fund or funds or a thrill, whatever it is, let them know that this is not the action that they need to take to get what they want.
How grateful are you that the players weren't injured?
I'm very grateful. I mean, they're my friends, my teammates. We're all part of a family, so I'm just glad they're here. And at the end of the day, we've got to do better as a community, and we've got to set an example. And it starts with us, and then we've got to go out into the community and show that we're better. We're all better than this, and how to lead by example.
Yeah, so Myles Garrett there basically explaining how he's thankful for his teammates, but tries to explain his point of view there. He mentions that he tries to stay incognito, which is probably pretty tough for a man of his size. However, I think the point there is pretty valid, which is for many of these people, this is a tough job because they are constantly targeted for the amount of money that they have and potentially what they're driving, things like that. For the robbery that took place early Monday morning, late Sunday night here, they say that the players say that they left at about 2:15 a.m. on Monday, or no, let's see here. Yeah, 2:15 a.m. And that's when they left, they were about 3:30 around there. 6 masked people jumped out of an unknown car, robbed them at gunpoint, stole their truck, and then took some jewelry. Nobody was hurt, fortunately, in this. We do have the statement that was posted on the Instagram from the owner of the Filter Experience, which is the bar that they were visiting. First and foremost, I'd like to take a moment to thank anyone who has patronized the Filter Experience. I open this, well, let's skip that part. It's always our priority to keep our patrons and loyal staff members safe at all time. The reported incident did not happen inside the Filter Experience, but in a nearby parking lot. Moving forward, as we approach the summer, we will be hiring our own private security to secure the parking lot, which many of our customers utilize. As we continue to grow as a business, I want to thank you all for your business and keep the Filter Experience a destination spot for the city of Buffalo. So very much so saying that they're going to try and make sure that it is safe in the future, but still a very scary situation for many, and especially for these Cleveland Browns players. Much more on this tonight on 19 News, starting at 3 o'clock. Our Bailey Burmaster will have the latest from OTAs, of course, coming up in just a little bit. For now, I'm Jeff Sloss with 19 News. Have a great day and great night. Much more to come, both on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.